go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. As always, I got the Masters crew with me. Dynasty Al, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Doing great.
Good, man. Glad to hear it. Beautiful day to be alive, as always. Right before we jump into today's show, if you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. If you look for a place to play Redraft, Dynasty Football, we got it all. Over 600 Dynasty leagues. Starting June 1st, we run redrafts every day all the way till the season kicks off. With that said, let's jump into today's show. Just had a redraft league this past Sunday. Want to take a look at the order these guys are being drafted in. Maybe look for some values, some steals, maybe some bad picks. Pass that along to you. Today we're going to be doing tight ends. So tight ends popping up on the screen. Obviously, Travis Kelce at 1. I don't see any reason for that to change. Other than that first pick, anybody there stick out to you?
Not really. I said this on our last show before I even looked at this. But the only thing that scares me in redraft a little bit is Kyle Pitts going this high, and it's just because we're as high here at Masters, we're as high on Kyle Pitts as anyone. We were making the case for him to go 1.1 in your rookie drafts as early as anyone else was.
And he's my 1.1 in Dynasty.
Yeah, for tight
end.
Ends, yeah. And I agree with all of that because I think if you just rewound the tape 10 years ago and you could have had Kelce, what Kelce's been, as that top tier tight end for a long time is you can't even put a value on it. But I think in redraft, taking Pitts, I'm glad he didn't go in the top 3, but even right there in that top tier tight ends, just as a rookie, if he doesn't hit this year, he can only, I feel like you just drafted him at his ceiling, and I think with rookies it's dangerous in redraft to draft them at their ceiling because there's a lot of room for rookies to disappoint. But it's not awful. Hey, he could end up outscoring Kelce this year, and then it would pay off. But
yeah,
a little nervous of it.
We've been speaking about this quite a bit. I think it was in the opposite way, though, where your dynasty ADP or dynasty value kind of slips over into redraft leagues. It's where I'd take Kyle Pitts as my first tight end off the board in dynasty.
Yeah.
I think he's being ranked a little high here.
Yeah.
For me, this is redraft, and currently as constructed too with Julio, Ridley. Realistically, he's third on the pecking order there.
And don't forget, Hayden Hurst is there too, who's a quality veteran tight end. Where you got to think from a real football standpoint, even just knowing the playbook and being in there on blocking downs. This coaching staff might feel more comfortable day one with Hayden Hurst, taking some early down snap. I think he's arguably a better run blocker than Kyle Pitts. And I know we talk about fantasy points and catching passes, but you have to be on the field to do that. And if the first couple weeks, they're just not using him as much as we want because Hayden Hurst is still a quality NFL tight end, it's going to hurt the fantasy numbers.
Yeah, I could see that. An important note, too, man, like Matt Ryan is a quarterback that needs to be protected. He's not very savvy in the pocket. I don't see Matt Ryan taking a ton of hits this year and still being okay. I will ask this question, though, and obviously we spoke a lot about Julio because all the news coming out today. If Julio's not there, do you like him a little bit more?
I think it's almost a wash because obviously the targets should come up, but the attention, just the defense is going to be spread out more with Julio on the field. A lot of the attention is going to go to him to open up stuff underneath. So I think it almost cancels out. There's good and bad of Julio being there and being gone. So I don't really when that news, and I think it's inevitable at this point Julio is going to be gone. So I feel I don't know, it's just it is what it is, whether Julio's there or not, but I think his value stays the same for
About
me.
the same, yeah. All right, then moving down the list a little bit here. A guy that it's tough on him, too, because the guy that I've liked all year was going to be Robert Tonyan. I love him at the 11.3, but now without Aaron Rodgers.
Right. But so what's funny about, though, because we talked about Devontae Adams on the last show, Devontae Adams' ADP, in my opinion, has not changed for the fact that Rodgers might not be there. Where Tonyan, it looks like everybody's drafting him like Rodgers isn't there.
That's a great point.
And on the off chance Rodgers is back, then I think Tanya's a steal. So I think, and who knows? Maybe Jordan Love would like throwing to Robert Tonyan too.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. If you watch the wide receiver show, we've been kind of scratching our head on why Adams is still going so high. And, here's a perfect example. You guys are readjusting the tight end.
Robert Tonyan was tight end 3 last year. Don't think he would do that again. But, if Aaron Rodgers was there, easily a top 8 tight end this year.
I would think so, yeah. And then another guy, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, that I think could be a great value is 9.8 Noah Fant.
Yeah.
I mean, if somehow Rodgers ends up in Denver, man, I think we'll finally see what we've all been waiting to see out of Noah Fant.
Yeah, and coming out of college, obviously it was not near the same as Kyle Pitts, but from an athletic standpoint, I mean, other than Kyle Pitts, Noah Fant was as good of a prospect as any from a measurable standpoint. How fast he was at that size and athletic. I mean, he's got a very high ceiling. And, yeah, if Aaron Rodgers is throwing him the football, I want all that I can get.
And then I just got to ask, man, Dynasty out on the dock have been doing the Rookie Spotlight series. I've been watching all of them, getting caught up on all the guys I didn't see a ton in college. I missed the Spotlight you guys did on Samus Rees. Here at 15.2, I just got to ask, man, I've never even heard of them, have you?
So I've heard of them, but I don't know a ton about them, and I've got to be honest, I got to brush up on them before we do a Spotlight series on them.
Yeah, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I like it, though, because that was when I looked at this, that kind of stuck out to me. And what's weird, I mean, there's some rookie tight ends that I'm actually really high on, like Freiermuth, who's not pictured, Brevin Jordan, not pictured. So it's not like Kyle Pitts is the only rookie tight end I know, but I don't know much about Samus Reyes. I've heard his name once or twice, but I'll say this, sometimes, and this is almost a good tell too, like these people who reach on guys like that, they probably know a ton about them. So there must be something about the Samus Reyes where, I guarantee you there's a reason why that guy likes him, and I'm curious to find out why, and maybe I'm going to start liking him.
Hey, I mean, maybe at home, man, maybe it's worth going to check him out, see who he is. Especially, I mean, this is redraft, so, I mean, even in dynasties, I haven't seen him get picked in any dynasty leagues either.
And you don't make a pick like that unless you feel good about it. And I'll say this, too. I was going to touch on a guy who I think got drafted way too high was Logan Thomas. And I know he had a nice year last year, but this is a guy who's a converted quarterback. He's almost 30 years old now. I mean, he's not too far away from Tim Tebow in terms of that.
Where's Tim Tebow at?
Yeah, but
you don't think Tebow's worth drafting at all? Go ahead. I'll let you finish your thought.
But anyway, so I guess my point is, I mean, even though he put up some numbers last year and he's been around a couple years at the tight end position, I don't want to say he's a joke of a tight end, but I mean, he's not a legit tight end NFL player. I mean, he was a guy who bounced around rosters, was a quarterback. If this Samus Reyes is a legit tight end prospect, he easily could overtake Logan Thomas, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, well, last thing I'm going to say about Samus Reyes, if he's worth getting drafted, so's Tim Tebow, man. Give me Tebow over Reyes all day.
I'm trying to look up Samus Reyes.
Yeah, give us a second here. I'm shocked. And, I mean, he's not on here. And I get it because there's been, I mean, is Tebow going to make the roster, et cetera? If Tebow makes the roster in Jacksonville, I feel like he's a lock to get drafted in most of our redraft leagues.
So I did hear about this guy. So I don't even think he was drafted. He's this Chilean basketball player who's 25 years old, 6'5", 260. I remember seeing this on Bleacher Report. So yeah, was not an NFL draft. So we're gonna have to add a spotlight series.
Yeah.
We wouldn't touch on him the way we do him just looking at the NFL draft.
6'5", 260. I like that.
And he's an athletic basketball player.
Player, I like that too.
Maybe there's a chance. So I guess my thing with him, I mean, if a old quarterback is in front of him, why can't the basketball player be a better tight end?
Yeah, and that Washington offense, man, starting to look a little better slowly anyway.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this edition. Thanks so much for watching. If you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Look for a place to play redraft football every Wednesday and Sunday in May. Starting June 1st, we run them every single day all the way to kickoff. Love for you to come be a part of those. Any last words, Dynasty Al?
Thanks for listening.